Today we're going to start talking about how we write linear equations or how we go backwards from what we've been doing. I've been giving you an equation, you've been finding the important information and then giving me the graph of the line. Today I might give you the important information or give you the graph of the line, and your job is going to be to write the equation. So we have three different options of ways that we can write equations of lines. Option number one is that we're given a slope and a y-intercept. If we're given a slope and a y-intercept, we want to use slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. Okay, option number two is that we are given a point and a slope. If we are given a point and a slope, then we want to use point-slope form, which is y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. And if we are given undefined slope, so undefined slope doesn't fit a format, like a formula we've used, but we know that undefined slope is a vertical line, and a vertical line is always x equals a number. So every time we are writing the equation of a line, we are using one of these formats. Okay, so if I look at number one asks me to write the equation of a line, and I'm given a slope and a y-intercept. I'm given m and I'm given b. So if I'm given a slope and intercept, I want to use slope-intercept form. So I'm going to take y equals mx plus b, and I need to know that my slope is m. So in place of m, I'm going to put -3, and I need to know that my y-intercept is b, so in place of b, I'm going to put 2. And so I'll now have an equation that says y equals -3x plus 2. Okay. If I look at number 2, in this situation, I am given a slope and I am given a point. So I said if I was given a point and a slope, I'm going to plug into point-slope form. All right, so here's my point-slope form. So I need to know that my slope is m. So my slope is going in for m, so 5 is going in for m. And my ordered pair is always x sub 1 comma y sub 1. So I'm going to replace my x sub 1 with 2. And I'm going to replace my y sub 1 with 9. And so I'll have y minus 9 equals 5 times x minus 2. If we look at number 3, so number 3, we are given a point, which then might be tempting to look at point-slope form, but we are told that the slope is undefined. As soon as we know that the slope is undefined, that means stop everything else that we are doing, and we are going to write x equals. This is a vertical line, and a vertical line is always x equals, and it's going to be x equals whatever our x coordinate is. So from all the information that we're given, wherever an x value is given to us, that is the number that it equals. So our equation will be x equals -2. Number 4, we're given an x-intercept and a slope. Now again, this might be tempting to think slope-intercept form, but this is an x-intercept, not a y-intercept. And that does not give us b. So this is just treated as any other point. It's an x-intercept, it's just a point, which means we want to use our point-slope form. Okay, which means we're going to replace our slope with 2/3 because we know that slope is m. Right, and our ordered pair we said was x sub 1 comma y sub 1. So my x sub 1 is going to get replaced with 5, and my y sub 1 is going to get replaced with 0. So I'll have y minus 0 equals 2/3 times x minus 5. Now you might say, do I have to write down that 0? Right, of course you don't. You don't have to write down that 0. We know that that's not required. Number 5, we are given a y-intercept of 0 and a slope of 1, right? So a y-intercept and a slope says that we want to use y equals mx plus b form. So we have to know that our y-intercept is b and our slope is m. So we'll say y equals 1x plus 0. Now again, does that 0 need to be written there? No, it does not. Same thing with that 1. So we could really just write y equals x and we would be talking about the same thing. Number 6, we are given a point and we are given a slope. So if we're given a slope and a point, we want to plug into point-slope form, right? So my formula says y minus y sub 1 is m times x minus x sub 1. So I'm putting 2 in for my slope. I'm putting -2 in for my x sub 1 and 3 in for my y sub 1. So this one's normal. Y minus 3 equals 2 times. Now here I have x minus -2, and 2 negatives make a positive. That should not surprise us, right? Because in point slope form, we always said this is the opposite of what it looks like. So this would be the point -2, +3. Now we can do the same thing from a graph as well, right? The difference is that when we're looking at a graph, we have to find the important information. So we need to look at the graph and see what information is given to us for us to be able to write the equation of the line. So for example, if I look at this particular graph, I see my y-intercept, right? This crosses the y-axis at 1, 2, 3. So I know my y-intercept is 3, and I can calculate my slope. I'm gonna go up 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I counted left, so that's -5. So my slope is gonna be -4/5. So I have a slope and a y-intercept, so I need to go into slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b, which is 3. So I'll have y equals -4/5 x plus 3. Okay, when I look at my next one, I have a vertical line. A vertical line instantly tells me that my slope is undefined. And I always know with undefined slope, it is an x equals line. A vertical line is always an x equals line. So I just have to find this x value, right? This is crossing right here at 3. So my equation would just be x equals 3. Now, another thing that I want you to understand is that on lines, we might not always choose the same approach. We're going to talk about this more tomorrow. But we could look at this and we could say, okay, I can find the slope. I go up 1, 2, 3. And I go over 1, 2. I went left, so that's negative. So I have a slope that's -3/2. Okay, and I might look at it and say, well, this has a y-intercept of 3, so that's a b value of 3. And so I would write my equation as y equals 3/2 x plus 3. But someone else might look at it and say, well, I see a slope and I see this point right here, or frankly, any other point on this line of 2, 0. And so they might use point slope form, and they might say y minus 0 equals -3/2 x, right, times the quantity of x minus my x coordinate, which is 2. Right, and these would both, like, they're both talking about the same line. They're a different way of writing them, they're a different way of talking about them, and they give us different pieces of information. Okay, so if we look at our next one, again, same concept. Now, here I want you to be really, really careful. This is one of the most common mistakes I see from students, especially on state testing. They look at this and they say this is a slope of up 1 over 1, and so they tell me that the slope is 1. But you really have to look at how this scale is counting, right? It's counting by 5s. So when I go up 1 box here, I'm really going up 5, right? And when I go over 1 this direction, I'm really going over 1. So this is really a slope of 5 or 5 over 1. Right, and why my y-intercept might look like, okay, that's the first hash is 1, right? That's really a y-intercept of 5. So I could say that this is y equals 5x plus 5. But again, someone else might look at this and say, well, I saw this point 1, 5, right? This point right here, 1, 10. I almost named that wrong, right? And they might write that in point slope form. So they might say y minus 10 equals 5 times x minus 1, and we would both be talking about the same line.